Welcome to Van Tate's Sports Office, an in-depth look at the world of sports, featuring exclusive interviews with our KRQE News Sports Director, Van Tate, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook at Route 66 Casino.
We are talking Lobo football in the sports office today, and to do that, we have the general manager, Beau Davidson. Man, you're history making. Lobo football has never had a general manager, so no matter what happens, you're going to always be the historic one.
Let's hope I don't mess it up.
The historic one. Is that wild for you to know, like, that's you, man?
It's pretty cool, but I mean, you don't really think about those things when you're in the moment. Maybe down the road.
well, you come here from the wonderful job you did at Memphis, getting their program up to snuff, getting some great recruits in there. How difficult of a task was that, and do you take some of that here at New Mexico as you build this roster?
There's a lot of factors that go into building a roster. It's not solely me. It's what you're selling. And I'm going to start with our head coach. I think we have an easy sell here.
Yeah.
If you talk to that guy for 10 minutes, you're ready to get locked in. Our facilities are very good. There needs to be some upgrades, but, I mean, our facilities are good. We have a great coaching staff. And then we're able with what 505 has done with the new rev share, now we're able to pay these guys, so that helps with recruiting. There's a lot of different factors that are going to make this a successful deal. And that's what happened at Memphis. I had to use all the resources that were there.
Yeah.
I've got different resources here. So I'm going to take the resources I have here and build the best roster I can.
So when you're trying to build that roster, do you have some people, some of the recruits maybe thinking this thing is like something other than what they believe it is, asking for the moon? Do you ever run into that where somebody's just like, oh, I need this and I need that, and it's like the school is like third on the list.
Right. I think here right now it's a different sell than anywhere else. And that's any job you take. You have to have what you can sell. And right now for us, it's selling opportunity to play. We may not have the financial means that some schools have, but these kids want to go play in the NFL.
Right.
And if they're the third guy on Georgia's roster, come here and play now. And now you need NFL film. Like, I got guys in the front office at different NFL teams, and they always say, I need film. I don't care where you play. We're gonna go play P4 teams, and then you have a roster or you have a schedule that you should dominate if you're an NFL guy.
Right.
So you're not getting beat up. It's almost a good situation for those guys. It might even be better. You got 2 games where you can show, hey, I can play against P4s, then I'm going to dominate this conference, and I'm not going to have tread all over my tires,
Yeah, well, you sell it like that, you perk some ears up. As far how what do you think now with the house settlement and all that stuff, and the schools being able to pay athletes? How does that affect you? What you're doing?
I mean, it's gonna help get guys in here. Instead of just saying a scholarship now we can help you with some financials. Some of these guys don't come from the greatest situations. Yeah. We can help them out. I know a lot of schools have been having their own financials since before this even happened. But been going on
for years. Yeah.
But now it's all legal, and it's good for the kids. It really is.
Is there and I was asking prior to us starting this, a formula. What do you do as far as your formula to like shopping in the transfer portal and making sure you get some of the good pieces here to make this a winner?
Right. So the first thing you have to do is evaluate your current roster, find the weak points, and once you find the weak points, then you got to go dig in the portal. And you have parameters as far as height, weight, speed, all that stuff. The wish list, But then you also have to: am I competing against Georgia? Am I competing against Texas? Who am I competing against? And again, I have to go back to it. Goes back to old school recruiting. Like you gotta sell what you got. And maybe we don't have the financial piece, but we have other pieces that maybe that's more interesting to that child. So the biggest thing is find your weaknesses. Let's fill those holes. Let's set parameters on the guys we bring in. Who's going to make us that much better?
I remember a guy who transferred here from Missouri, and he was saying that you said selling some of the other things. As soon as he saw the mountains, he said the coaches didn't know. He said, but he was ready to sign. He said it was
Mountain doesn't get old. I wake up every day. I think this place is beautiful. I love being here. I really do. The food's great. I'm from Texas. This is like San Antonio with a big mountain to me. Yeah. The Hispanic food is.
Oh yeah, it's off the chain.
It's great.
Yeah.
And being from Texas, I mean, this is like just a little West Texas to me. To be honest with you.
Well, you can go like as far as you being new here and experiencing the food, man. You could just go crazy on the food. Because,
you can. I haven't been to a bad spot. The breweries are really good. I mean, especially for the food. Like it's not so much about the beer; it's about the food. The food's wild here. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was telling Coach about a couple of places the last time I talked to him. As far as you getting acclimated here? How has that gone? The food is good, but how's that gone? Like you fitting in and getting into a new spot here in New Mexico?
Oh, it's been great. Found a spot out in Rio Rancho. Mm-hmm. Love the weather here. I mean, you can go outside every day. Of course, you might have a rainstorm, a snowstorm, and then it'll be 80 degrees. Be like, what the heck just happened here? But no, I love it here. I really do.
You get all seasons in one day.
No doubt. No doubt.
The conversation is just getting started. We have more on the other side.
When you are going back to talking about evaluating players and stuff like that, when you sizing them up, do you ever think about some of the stuff that you learn just as a player when you're doing that?
Absolutely. Like, I think one of the biggest things that gets overlooked, what is the mentality of these players? Do they love football?
Yeah.
You know,
because they have to love it.
They have to. It's a full-time job. And I know this generation, we say these kids are soft, but really not. They're more at the facility than we ever were, you know, and we were there a lot when we were there, you know, and these kids are there even more, you know, they're dedicating a lot of time, a lot of effort, and the kids are bigger and faster, stronger now. Yeah. And I hate to say it, but they are. And so those contacts you see on the field, they're a little more violent than when you and I played. Yeah. So not only are they dedicating themselves to lifting and studying film, they got to go in that training room on a daily just to stay healthy. So, again, it's finding that, do these kids love it? Do they want to be here? I don't want to beg kids to come here, because if I got to beg these kids or trick these kids to come here,
it's not going to be good.
They're going to leave in a year anyway.
Yeah.
So finding the right mentality is huge. You know, you can see body types, what they're going to project into, just based off what I've seen over the years.
So that means sometimes you might even choose somebody based on potential.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll give you a prime example. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 250. It's like, what are we doing? We can't recruit this kid. He's too skinny. But that 6'5", 250 would be 300 with no body fat playing left tackle for you in a year. You know, those bodies change. I mean, we have one of the best strength coaches I've ever been around, and he really helps them with the nutrition. And, I mean, some of the stuff he does, it's very impressive.
How is it going, man, for this, you know, like this is going to be Coach X's first year. How is it going? I've seen all kind of different things. I saw one guy just said, and kind of like what you said about Coach, that if you get around him, he's just this big personality and optimistic and stuff like that. This guy was just saying, watch out for this guy. He's going to do something. Do you feel like you got pieces in place that you guys might be able to be competitive and have a strong showing to start?
I do. One of his pillars to championship behavior is urgency. And we're not here to build a program in 3 years. It's let's do it right now. And it starts with the buy-in from the kids and what coach is selling. And coach is just one of those natural leaders. He's easy to follow. And those kids are jumping in with both feet. And I just came from a morning run, and it looked a little rough. Guys are bent over and showing us the breakfast, but by the end here, they're
showing us their breakfast.
They're going to be
I haven't heard that one, man. That's a good one.
So, and again, that's you got Coach Eck, but then Heim is the voice of Eck all summer long, you know, and he's getting them right, and we have a lot of trust in that. So. Again, we're not trying to go a bowl game in 3 years. We're trying to go this year.
And that's the mental component about it, you know, like, because that's a lot of the game. And some kids don't figure that out until they get a little older, but it's a lot of the game is played up here.
I'd say it's most of it.
Yeah.
This is hard. It really is. It's a hard deal.
When you look at this year's team with the recruiting class that you guys were able to bring in, if you were going to tell, like, Lobo fans and stuff like that, hey, watch out for this, this, and this, or this should do this or that, what would you say?
Honestly, I don't know right now. You know, we brought in a lot of guys in the spring, and we brought a lot of guys in after this last portal. Yeah. And it's going to be I'll know more after fall camp, to be honest with you, because it's how are these guys going to gel in this training right now?
Yeah.
You know, we brought the pieces in that we thought would help. And, again, how are these guys going to mesh? How are they going to respond in the summer? We'll see that when camp starts.
The quarterback from Connecticut, that guy, I was looking at it, like, when he was coming out of high school, and he had some impressive stats. And
right.
And ESPN, he was in their top 100 as far as pocket passers or something like that.
Mm-hmm. He's got a little bit of a hose to him. He can throw it.
Yeah. So how much of a race is it going to be at quarterback? Because I know with Jack, right? Lane,
Jack
Lane hurt his elbow, and so somebody else might have to carry the load for a little while. Are some of these guys that you brought in, some of those guys you could just plug in there and they just ready to go? Or
I think every guy that comes in every position, there's going to be a race now. So, I mean, from quarterback all the way to corner on the other side of the ball, like, everything's a competition. Yeah. You know, no one's guaranteed anything. There might be a senior on the roster that thought he might be the starter. We'll see. We brought in some other guys.
Yeah, you got to prove yourself.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think every position is going to be a race. And, I mean, that's just how it needs to be. We need to compete. You can't be scared because we brought guys in. Either you're going to win the job or you're not. And it's that simple. And that's how we're going to get better. And as soon as I bring these guys in, I'm trying to bring in more guys that are better than those guys on a constant basis. My job is to make us better,
right? Even
if it's 1%, make us better.
And in doing so, some of the guys have a great year and they bail.
Yep.
Do you always feel like you're on a treadmill because of that, or are you like ready for that? I mean, because as you watching the season unfold, are you starting to anticipate that and look already?
I usually know by week 5 who's leaving, who's not. I have a good idea. You know, if they're our leading rusher, leading pass rusher, there's a good chance someone's already called them and offered them anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's part of it, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
And I get it. We might be a feeder system right now, but that's not where we have to stay. And I think a lot of that is getting this city and this community, like, make this your NFL team, invest in it.
Yeah, and get it to where it's a big deal, and
right.
That's what you're saying, like nationally ranked, just every year in and year out, just putting out product.
And you can do it if you have the financial support.
Yeah.
I mean, you take Texas Tech, for example. They have a heck of a donor.
Yes, they do.
$4 billion, I think he sold his company for. Yeah. They're writing checks left and right. Look what they did with the softball team. They bought one player and changed the whole program.
They sure did.
One player.
Yeah,
and football, it takes a little more than that, but same thing with basketball.
They got JT Toppin from here. So
like,
yeah.
You can change it, especially in basketball. You can change the team real fast. You get 3 guys, I mean, and then good role players. I mean, you can change it real fast. Football requires a few more guys.
Yeah.
But if this city invests in their team, there's no reason we can't compete with everyone else. I just came from Memphis. I think we had, I want to say somewhere around $5 million. Okay, most Big Tens, the bigger schools are operating off 15 million to 20 million plus their collective. But I mean, we were off 5 million. We're a top 25 team.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
And there's no reason we can't do that here, if not better.
That's because you're doing that work, man. I believe in you, Beau. You're doing that work, man. You getting them going, man.
But that money is in this city.
Yeah.
We just got to get it to the right channels.
Right.
And then we got to give these kids a reason not to leave, you know? And part of it's filling that stadium up.
Stay with us. More conversation on the other side.
We'll get back to the episode in a moment. Monica Wicki here, host of New Mexico Living. I wanted to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Route 66 Casino and Caesars Sportsbook. If you love sports and like having a little action on the game, Caesars Sportsbook is your go-to destination. For rewards and more info, go to Route66Casino.com. Now back to the episode.
You talk to them about legacy, you know, because if somebody's going to figure it out one day, or you know, somebody's going to feel like, nah, man, I'm good. You know, like I got enough money right now, but I'm working on my name right now.
Right.
Because that's the thing that's lost. People see dollars and they forget about everything else.
100%.
You know, and we know from being adults and working that sometimes it's not all about the money. It's you know, like
it's 100%. It's 100%. You got to, and that goes back to when you first recruit.
Yeah.
What's their mentality? If they ask me about NIL, then the first 5 minutes, I'm recruiting the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to leave no matter what. Right. So, again, that goes back into the evaluation, talking to the parents, talking to the kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that has to be a turnoff, man. Like, because you just got there and then they just, coach, what that check look like?
It is. And it's harder for older people like me that we were fired up to get scholarships.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I had to adjust my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being at a place when the portal first opened, and we're watching a kid, and coach was like, "This kid quit on their team. We can't recruit this kid." We watch another kid. This kid quit on their team. I go, it's the portal. They all quit on their team. Yeah. We're wasting our time if we're watching these guys, and that's the issue. So it's changing the mindset a little bit. It's been a trying thing for me. Is I got to get out of the old school mode and get in new school.
Well, you know, like what the reason I brought up, I said legacy, is because imagine if the kids that are on the team that like really turns it around here, that just like make it solid, a powerhouse, those kids will be remembered forever.
Forever, yeah. I think it's funny. I was joking with somebody the other day, like, you know, the NFL introductions before Monday Night Football. Beau Davidson, and then what school? Do you list all three of them? Do you list which one do you list? Where are you from? Yeah. Where are you going to take your family? Where are you going to take your kids when you're an old man and say, hey, I played there? Do you go to all the stadiums? Or like, which one are you going to? And that's things they don't think about right now. But, yeah, you try and talk that, give them that advice, like, hey, where are you going to go when you go back with your kids?
Hey, so you know, we'll come back to some of the football stuff in a minute. But what about you, man? What is Beau Davidson like, man? What do you like to do?
Honestly, football. I like hanging out with my family and
just like football. You wake up football.
Like, it could be a high school game. It could be a junior high game. I don't care. I'm thinking about like how to build this place up. And in my mind, like I was at one of those schools that it's a bigger name now, but it wasn't. And the school is Virginia Tech.
Okay. Yeah. I remember looking at your background.
That school started as a farm out in the middle of a pasture. Yeah. And now it's one of the bigger programs. And I think we're a lot like that place, but the difference is we have a whole city. Yeah. I mean, that town is 45,000 people.
Right. Ours you see through your eyes, you can see all the potential. You was like, man, hey, we're sitting on like this thing could blow up.
We're in better shape, but we gotta get everybody involved.
Yeah. And Coach Eck has been out there doing that, been meeting people, and he's out in the community. I've noticed that about him, that he seems really engaged.
He doesn't say no.
Yeah.
He doesn't say no. You ask him to do something, he's going to find a way to get it done. Yeah. If it doesn't interfere with the current team and he can go help get out in the community, raise money for the team, he's going to go do it. So
You know, we got away from me asking about you, man. I thought you were gonna tell me like you're a grill master. You know, like on the weekends, man, you got the meat on the grill, and you the man that everybody from the neighborhood come over and eat at Beau's house.
I do get on the grill, but it's more about like when I'm home, I'm hanging out with my family, and that's really all I do. And if I'm not doing that, I'm doing something to make this program better. So
when you're doing that. I'll give you an example. I was talking to you. You know who Chris Brown is as far as the fighter, Chris Brown. He's an MMA fighter. Yeah. Well, I was talking to him because you see how unorthodox he is when he fights, man. I saw him kick somebody. He was off balance, and I mean, he just does all the stuff. I said, man, how do you do all those things? You know what he told me? He said he watches anime and Bruce Lee movies and stuff, and he said, can I do that? Do you get ideals like that when you're trying to build a roster? Do you look at other schools and how they may have done certain things, and or see how the talent level is layered up at somewhere else and get some ideas like that? Or
absolutely. You know, I stay in contact with a lot of GMs across the country. Like I said, I know a few front office people in the NFL. Kind of ask how they do things. But there's two sides of it. What are you doing? But what can I do here? And because what I did at Memphis, I can't do here. What I did at Georgia Tech, I can't do here. It's different.
Right.
Now, there are other things I can bring in that, hey, I learned this here, I learned this there, and what can I pull in to make this place right? Every situation is completely different. I can't recruit like Texas can. I can't recruit like Texas Tech. You know, like I have to do it my way, but I can take little things from other people that I've talked to.
Right. Yep. Well, Beau, man, we're out of time, man. I really appreciate you coming here, but I got to ask you one more question before we get out of here. Red or green?
Christmas.
Oh, that's my man, Beau Davidson, UNM football general manager, the first ever. He's making history, folks. Fernando Perez behind the controls. We'll see you next time.